you got
I'm assuming
here,
you'll be leading me along.
Yeah, it's gonna be a conversation. It's gonna be a conversation. It's gonna fly by. I promise you, man. It's just gonna be a conversation. And remind me afterwards. I talked to Jim Sartori today and got the down low on what happened with him.
Yeah, he got screwed over by Wynn.
Dude, big time.
He was putting money in, and they're not paying any of his.
None of marketing.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, but did you hear the offer he got?
Yeah.
I would have too.
So I told him, I was like, dude, I love you, and I said, before you leave town, let's get the wife, and I'll get the girlfriend, and let's go have a beer. But thanks, man.
Yeah, they're going to be moving to Franklin.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, you'd be crazy not to take that.
I know.
And I said,
and he's going to be more money on that side too.
I know. And I was like, and now I got a friend to stay with when I come back. Not that I'm thinking about that, but hey.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, you ready?
Absolutely.
And it's Saturday, by the way.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, this runs on Saturday morning, so.
Okay.
It's Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
That's exactly what I'm about to open with. Happy Saturday, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Home Solutions. Hope you guys are doing well. We are your local area's only home and garden broadcast here from the Mix 1041 studios. Dennis Purvis here with you as always. Hope you guys are having a tremendous start to the weekend. It's early this morning, but as you're out and about, maybe you're listening to us in the car, maybe you're streaming us online. Maybe, just maybe, we'll wave that you're watching us on Facebook. If you're on Facebook today, I got a treat because we got show and tell. For those of you that are listening on the radio or streaming or maybe on the Mix 1041 app, I'll just try to describe it very nicely for you. But no, listen, I'm excited about our show today. Before we get started, as always, Home Solutions is brought to you by Pro 93 Home Solutions. It's near and dear to my heart as one of the owners. So we are your local friendly neighborhood general contractor. And listen, folks, it's been a great start to spring here. People are starting to think about the projects around the house. We've gotten so many different things, everything from fences to detached garages, of course, kitchen and bathroom models to custom builds. Whatever it is, big or small, we'd love to partner with you and your family and make your dreams come true. So give us an opportunity to earn your business. Free estimates. You can give us a call, 458-4135, or check us out online, pro93homesolutions.com. If you'll hit that Contact Us tab, that'll come right to me and Jesse, our estimator, Mark. And don't forget about our clean team as well. And we've got some exciting announcements. So Delphina Tapke, some of you may know, her and her family are really well entrenched in this town. Delphina is taking over our clean team. We're super excited about that. She brings a lot of experience. She's been with us here for a few years and is moving into that role. And we are very, very excited to have that. So springtime, maybe you're thinking about a spring clean and a deep clean, a move in, move out clean. Maybe you just want to get some recurring service. You know, you got life's going on and you want to get us in there once or twice a month. Give us a call. She's got some coupons I've given her. So listen, call and ask for Delphina. Tell her that you heard it on the radio that Dennis said to give the coupon away. She will hook you up. Again, free estimates. And remember, whether it's residential, light commercial, we offer a green clean option as well with Melaleuca products that are all natural. So if you've got anyone in your family that just can't stand the smell or the odor of chlorine, ammonia, the typical cleaning smells, maybe they've got asthma, maybe they've got allergies, we offer that at no additional charge. That is an option. We supply all the supplies. We take care of that for you, and I can promise you a sweet smelling home that doesn't smell like it's just been cleaned, but it definitely is. So give us a call, 458-4135. Again, pro93homesolutions.com. So there you go. Commercial out of the way. It's time for probably the most tattooed person I've ever had on the show. I think you win that prize. But it's also
not hard.
It's not hard, but he's also one of the coolest guys. And we've got to know each other over the last couple months. And folks, when you see some of the work he does, I'm super excited that he's here today. It's a little added piece when you're talking about your home. But I've got Jason Pasacreta from JBird Custom Woodworking. Did I get that right? JBird Custom Woodworking? Yes, look at that. And Jason is, look, and we're just going to go ahead and show something off here. This is a nice little charcuterie. Is that how you say it?
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie. Gosh.
Yeah. There's many different ways that people like to say it.
Yeah.
The correct way is charcuterie.
Charcuterie. But this is, and the only thing I see wrong with it is it's got that big orange T in the middle. But if you're a Tennessee fan, you're probably loving this. So for our Facebook crowd, take a look at this. For those of you listening, let me just tell you, this thing is, what's the dimensions of this, Jason?
18 by 24.
Huge unbelievably detailed. The T in the middle couldn't look better. Couldn't be the right orange. You got nice handles on it. What kind of wood we got in this one?
This is maple with an exotic wood, which is called Paduke. And Paduke is from South America and extreme South Florida.
There you go. It is gorgeous, folks. So for everybody on Facebook, let's hold that up again so you can see how pretty that is. For everybody else that's listening, just trust me, you want one of these. So, Jason, let's talk about it. You know, this is one of those things that I think folks see as, you know, why would I want some of this stuff? Why would I want to do this stuff? But then you go out. I know you were just at the Hot Slaw Festival.
Yes, sir.
And I was looking at some of your videos. By the way, your TikTok channel is off the chain. I get mesmerized. I could watch people make things. Like, I'm a process guy. It's one of the reasons I love being a contractor.
Absolutely.
I love seeing start to finish.
Yep.
Folks, if you're not following him on TikTok, you will never get a TikTok reference out of me, a recommendation out of me. But if you do, I joined TikTok so I could see what my kids were doing. That was the only reason I joined it. But then I found Jason's channel, and folks, he's got the time lapse and everything's in double time, and he shows the work that goes into it. Folks, it's fascinating to see not only see your workshop, and you got top of the line equipment, but just some of the epoxy things you do. And we'll get into all that in a little bit, but tell everybody a little bit about yourself and the JBird story and how you guys got here.
So I've been married for 25 years as of yesterday.
Attaboy.
Wednesday.
Congratulations.
And 3 kids. Doing woodworking itself since about 2016. Started out as a hobby, and it's just slowly grown over the years from there, to a point where I was able to maintain it as a full-time business, and I'm still trying to grow it at that point as well.
Yeah. And where are you from originally?
Southern Connecticut.
Southern Connecticut.
Yes, sir.
Connect. It's Connecticut, right?
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh, see?
And for all of those that don't know, it's the pizza capital of the world.
What?
Oh, yeah, New Haven pizza.
Really?
Oh, yeah. So New Haven pizza is in the top 10 nationally, ranked every year. 3 of them are in New Haven.
I need to take a road trip. Next time you're making a run to Connecticut, you may need a road partner.
I'm going on Tuesday.
Let me talk to Jesse. I might need to see if we can take a run, because that sounds delicious.
That's phenomenal.
We'll come back and do our own ranking. We'll come back and do another show and do our ranking. And
Absolutely.
And then we could rank all the pizza places around here. I feel like we have another show brewing.
Absolutely. Why not?
Just see if we can get Steve to pay for it. Steve, I need you to buy. We need a food card. We need an American Express just to buy food with.
Yep, absolutely.
But no. So how'd you get here, man? What brought you down to Southeast Tennessee?
So the cost of Connecticut and living was just getting astronomical based on what everybody actually made as a salary. I have a first cousin that grew up as a brother to me in Ottawa. So we had a connection, and both mine and my wife's families don't live in Connecticut anymore. So why stay and pay the taxes and pay the rates and pay everything else when we can move at an age where we can still enjoy the move and move on? And
man, you're telling me to say I have a lot of friends and family. I used to live in California. A lot of friends and family still there, and they're moving out here, and they're moving to this area for the same reason. No state income tax, cost of living, the dollar goes so much further, gas is cheap. I mean,
property taxes, everything.
Oh my gosh, property taxes. Well, I know buddies that are GCs in California, and I know there are other states just as bad, but California is the epitome of it. To build a house, it's 83 different permits and inspections.
Oh, absolutely.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And it's just like, I don't know how we'd ever get anything done.
Yep.
Well, listen, so why this area?
So we wanted something that was... so the easiest way to explain it is we wanted possibly the Carolinas.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to be near the shore because I didn't want the hurricanes, because it's the first place to hit.
Yep.
When you go inland, in North Carolina, you have Duke and UNC.
Yeah.
Didn't want to be near the college scene.
Yeah.
South Carolina, you go inland, and there's nothing.
Yeah.
So that's why we moved over this side. We were still close enough to a big city, but yet just far enough away to still feel
like you're not in a big city.
Exactly.
Yep.
We didn't want to be near or closer to Knoxville because, again, the college scene.
Yeah.
And we didn't want to be on the Nashville side because of the
just everything else.
The tourism and everything else.
And you guys are in Charleston now, right?
Charleston. Yeah.
Well, listen, first of all, welcome to the area from all of us to all of you and your family. But you've brought with you a talent, man, and a gift. I mean, this stuff is, it's just art, and it's one of those things that we not to over spiritualize things, but we pray every week as a team when we get everybody together for God to bless the work of our hands.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Absolutely.
It's out of Psalms, and when I see the stuff that you and the care you put in it, and just somebody that you've got a talent for it, you've recognized it, and by God, you are using it right now.
Oh,
man.
absolutely.
So tell everybody a little bit about different things that they can expect when working with JBird.
So first and foremost, 99% of the time, you're not going to get something unless I'm going to put it in my own home. So it's not going to leave my house without the quality of what I would expect from myself.
That's fantastic.
Of course, there's always something that slips through the cracks that you don't realize or pay attention to, and another set of eyes. You can never have another set of eyes looking at what you're doing.
Yeah.
To double check things and doing whatever. But the quality, the type of wood, I personally choose all of the wood myself. I go to the lumber yard, I pick everything out. I try to tune things or tone things to the way that the customer wants to see it in their home. So I will ask about different things about the color in their house.
Yeah.
Or
if they've got another wood, if they've got a cherry living room set. And
absolutely.
You need something if you can't, because I know people we get a lot of times where folks have got a different wood grain. Maybe they've got a chair rail. Maybe they've got something going on in their house that like, oh, I don't want to match that. I'm like, unless we're getting it from the same tree.
Yeah, absolutely.
It can be the same type of wood, same type of everything, and maybe even the same kind of stain, but it doesn't take to all the and wood these days. People don't understand kind of the mass growing of timber.
Yeah.
And how that the wood these days is not got the durability and the last sometimes of the wood that are in the houses from 1920.
Most of the trees that are grown now are genetically engineered.
Yeah.
They're given a steroid like some of these bodybuilders do to grow faster.
Yeah.
So if you actually look at the growth rings of old growth pine compared to now pine, it's ridiculous. Like the same tree now will have 7 growth rings in it. But that same tree from the 1900s, early 1900s, will have 20 growth rings in it.
It's about how fast can we get them big enough to cut them down.
Absolutely.
And that's all, and that's what they're grown for.
Yes.
I mean, it's a harvest just like everything else. So before we got a break coming up in just a few minutes, but how can people get a hold of you?
So you can find me everywhere by the company name.
Yep.
JBird Custom Woodworking is my website, and it's my handle on every possible social media as well. Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I try to make it as simple for everybody, so that way I don't have different types of things all over the place.
Yeah.
And there's one way to find me. You can search me on Google. I'm on Google as well.
How do they get a hold of you if they just want to call you and talk?
My phone number is on everything as well.
What is that?
It's 203, Connecticut number, 927-2413.
So look them up, and we'll get into it here in a minute, but you said you went to the lumber. How do you even go about finding the exotic woods?
So a lot of it is just finding the right lumber yard.
Yeah.
The lumber yard themselves are the ones that actually provide the product for me.
Yeah.
So there's a couple around here. It's few and far between because of the fact as to how hard it is to get some of those woods in. Some of them are getting more and slowly increasing their amounts.
Do they know that you have the bat phone and they're like, we got to call this guy because he's going to want some of this?
No, not necessarily. No, because there's one up in Knoxville, Jeffrey's Woodworks or Jeffrey's Lumber, something around that. They have probably 125 different species of wood that I can choose from.
Wow. And that gives you gives customers some options too, correct?
It throws in that custom part.
There you go.
Actually makes everything custom.
So listen, we come back. We're going to talk a little bit about the products and some of the things that is kind of the staples. But I think the cool thing about what Jason does is that he's a little bit of a dreamer, kind of like I am. He wants to hear what you're thinking about because he wants to try to see if he can make it a reality. So we come back. We're going to talk about making all your woodworking dreams come true. There's your tagline. Hey, well, you're listening to Home Solutions right here on Mix 104.1 and 101.3 The Buzz. Don't touch that dial. Are you tired of going to YouTube or Google for answers to your home improvement questions? Maybe you have more projects than you have time. No matter where you are in the process, Pro 93 Home Solutions is ready to serve you. Pro 93 is a local, veteran-owned company offering residential and commercial remodeling, cleaning, and security. Contact us today at 458-4135 or online at pro93homesolutions.com. Let the pros at Pro 93 find the solution for your home or business. That's 458-4135. Welcome back, everybody. Dennis Purvis here in the Mix 104.1 studios. Hope you're having a great Saturday. Home Solutions back for another episode this week, and we are super excited to have Jason with JBird Custom Woodworking. Folks, if you were here around before the break, you can see, number one, he's not from these here parts. Number two, he brought a unique talent from Connecticut down here, and we are kind of blessed to have him here. So I want to just jump right in, Jason. And looking at your website and just talking to you in the past, there was one thing that kind of started this whole thing. Is this going to be a hobby? Is this going to be a thing? It's shadow boxes.
Correct.
Talk about how that process started, man.
So myself and my family are huge Disney fans. And we've been going. The first time I went, I was 10 years old. It was 1986. Yeah, I'm old. And I collected the lapel pins.
Were you born in 76?
76.
Dude, we're the same age.
Absolutely.
Oh, we're not that old. We are, but go ahead. We're men of a certain age.
Yeah,
just exactly. Say that. There we go.
Yes.
There we go. There we go.
And a certain color.
Yes. We used to have color in our beards. Go ahead.
Exactly. So I collect the lapel pins that you can get at parks. Some people collect the pins that you get at Hard Rock Cafe. Other people collect them at national parks. You can get patches at national parks. So I wanted what I like to tell everybody, an adult way to display my collection.
Come on.
So I wanted something, and I wanted to build something that didn't look like it belonged in a children's room. Something you can proudly hang out in your living room and say, hey, I spent all of this money on all of these products, and I want to show them off, and I want everybody to see what I collect. And it blew up. I started on Etsy, and it just took off more than I ever could have expected. And now it's to the point where I love doing the shadow boxes, and I love the fact and the thought behind them, but I want to be able to create larger items.
Nice. And those kind of morph into, and then I know why you're going to Connecticut this week. It's deliver some custom sets of cornhole boards.
Yes, sir.
Now, I will say that's one of my favorite things about football season is tailgating and cornhole. There's nothing really better.
No, not at all.
Maybe even an adult beverage.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It makes my cornhole game definitely steps up a notch.
So does mine.
And so does my competitiveness. Yes. I'm just like, we have to win. Don't let the team down.
Exactly.
But talk a little bit about, you guys, if you go to his website, folks, again, that's jbirdcustomwoodworking.com. You can see right there, you've got this beautiful set of Harley boards.
Yes, sir.
I'm assuming, and I know you've done some. I know we have a mutual friend who has a business here in town. You just did his mission statement as a company. We're able to get his logo perfect. I'm looking forward. We're talking about getting some Pro 93 things. Like when you see some of the detail, and again, if you guys are watching on Facebook, take a look at the detail here. It's a perfect Tennessee T right there in the middle, folks. This isn't just custom stuff. So if you've got cornhole boards that you're wanting to do as a gift or something, and I'm, people, we're not going to hold it to you, but what's some of the coolest things that you've had people do cornhole boards for?
So I've done things where a New York family is a sports fan of the Yankees, Rangers, and Giants. I was able to get all three logos on one set of boards and rearrange them on each one.
That's awesome.
At the same time, there's a lot of families that are split families when it comes to sports. Again, up in New England, there's a Yankee fan and a Red Sox fan.
Yes.
I have a gentleman that can actually make those vinyl wraps that actually go on my boards, and I can do one Yankees and one Red Sox. Now
that's a home divided. That is for
exactly,
sure, yeah.
absolutely. And then when the bags come into play, so all of my sets come with custom bags as well. Every single one of them they're the fully weighted 16-ounce
Yeah.
material. They're double-sided, so they're actually slide on one side, stick on the other. So they are professional bags. And I've actually had a family photo put on one. I've had somebody's own Harley photo put on them. So the gentleman, the people that I have that makes those bags for me, I can do anything, absolutely anything.
That is crazy. And then, so shadow boxes, cornhole boards, and then, what I've seen, we've got right here the charcuterie board. But I've also seen you've brought in a couple times. We've seen some of your cutting boards.
Yes.
Now, the one that you brought in was kind of similar to this one I'm literally looking at on your website right now.
That is an end grain board.
Holy cow. I don't even know where. I mean, that's a lot of vice and glue and time.
Yes.
But you can't see it, folks. But it literally looks like a checkerboard.
Yes.
Of all different kinds of woods.
And there's only one wood in that is actually from the U.S. Everything else is an exotic wood.
You are kidding me.
No.
It is gorgeous, man. Folks, these are things that and here's the thing is that you can feel good about the price you're paying for these things because these are things you're never going to get rid of.
Correct.
These are things going to be handed down to a family. You're making a family heirloom.
Absolutely.
I mean, especially as much customization as you can get.
Well, I can personalize everything too. I can engrave last names, all that kind of stuff. Housewarming gifts, wedding gifts.
She's not going to mind. Our friend Cynthia was excited today because
Yes,
she had some family coming in, and you did a big. Was it a charcuterie board or a?
It was a little bit of both.
But it had their initials.
It had a big H in the middle. Absolutely.
It was gorgeous, and she was just when she saw it when you brought it in, like just watching her, just whole countenance change because it was. It's one thing to see them on a website. It's another when you're holding it in your hand.
Absolutely, yes.
Right, and you're like. Yeah, I know where this money went.
And that wood in the center of that one was Purple Heart, and Purple Heart is from the Amazon.
Yes, that's what you're going to say. Isn't that like straight up? I didn't even know you could get that much.
Absolutely.
I know I'm a musician, and I just remember a few years ago there was a limited edition drum sets in koa wood, and all of a sudden they basically embargoed koa wood because Hawaii didn't want to grow anymore.
Correct.
Or they didn't want anybody harvesting anymore till some more could be grown. And I just know on those exotic woods, like sometimes you got to take it when you can get it.
Absolutely.
Because you don't know, it may be years before you can find it.
Yellow Heart was that way. Yellow Heart is another wood that's from the Amazon.
Yeah.
It is a bright yellow, and people were illegally harvesting it early. It has to be a certain height, a certain diameter, certain everything before they can actually and are able to cut it down. And there was a period about a year and a half ago that there was an announcement basically made that if you found Yellow Heart within this 6-month period, don't buy it because it was illegally sourced.
That's craziness.
Yeah.
So we've talked about cutting boards. I know you've done Lazy Susans.
Absolutely.
Pit covers.
Yes.
I mean, what's some of the other things around the house that
stove covers.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I've done stove covers. I've done.
I know one of the things I know we've talked about for you doing us the little catch-all trays.
Catch-all trays.
They're not. I mean, what are they? 1x1s or 12 something like that?
They're 6.5 by 7.5.
Yeah. So these are what as a guy that hates change and hates having things in my pockets. Like this is the thing I would keep on the table next to, on the sofa table next to the front door.
Absolutely.
And as I came in, everything in my pocket, it would be a lot of guitar picks in there. It would be guitar picks, change, and keys.
Yep.
But I know we're looking at some for a company to have to some of our referral partners to put our logo in the middle.
Yes, absolutely.
And so how do you go about it? I'm assuming it's some sort of CNC or laser machine.
I do have a CNC machine, yes.
So how as far as what does the customer have to provide to you to make sure you can get the best quality?
Just the highest quality image that you can possibly find.
And you can feed that
from a regular JPEG or PNG, as long as it's got a high enough resolution, up to an SVG file.
Perfect. And what's your favorite thing you've worked on here recently?
Here?
Yeah.
I don't necessarily know if there's actually one favorite thing.
Yeah.
Every single piece that I do has a completely different personality to it.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, they're their own thing. So I don't know if there's one specific thing because the very next piece could be my favorite thing.
So here's my question. Right now, if you had to pick, whether it's here or just in your career, what's the one thing you're the most proud of? That maybe you didn't think you were going to be able to pull off and it came out better than you ever thought.
My kids.
That is a great answer, sir. Oh my gosh, he's scoring points. You wonder how he's been married for 25 years, folks. Answers like that. Solid answer. All right, I'll move along. So, hey, before we got a few minutes left here before the top of the hour. How can people get a hold of you if they're looking for this? Tell them talking about where they can find you online. I know your shop's connected to right there to your page, and then how they can get a hold of you on the phone.
Sure. My website is jbirdcustomwoodworking.com. Of course, the old www in front of that.
Yes.
Phone number 203-927-2413. And you can also find me all over social media, also by JBird Custom Woodworking as well.
So let's talk about the part that I love and that I'm looking forward to us working together in the future, because we get calls a lot, especially if we're doing a remodel of a den or doing an addition. Maybe we're doing a theater room or a man cave or a she shed, whatever the case would be. People that want custom furniture or custom shelving, custom, we've got a wall they want. We're putting we work with some folks here in town and do custom theaters. But on the sides of those, they want maybe some inset shelves. These are all things that you can help people with.
100%.
So I love the way you put it on there. You imagine it, we can create it. When I tell you that this is a guy, if you just hold up your arms a little bit, show everybody what I'm talking about. This guy, you can tell, he's a creative guy. He's as right brain as it comes when it comes to this stuff. And if you've got a dream and you're just not sure how to make it a reality, this is a guy you want to give a call. Hit him up online. Give him a call on his phone. Let him take care of us. Give us a call at Pro 93. I know that we're going to be partnering together because there's a big difference, folks, between a rough carpenter, a finished carpenter, and a woodworker. Let me just explain that to you. And he may never want to say that because he wants to be humble, but I'm going to tell you, I'm a rough carpenter. I can build you a deck. If you want a back deck, I can make it look pretty.
Technically, I can too.
Yeah, I mean, you can, right? Yours would probably have a lot more bells and whistles and some sort of elevator system. But anyway, when it comes to trim work on stairs, I'll tell you right now, I'm not a finished carpenter because I don't have the patience for that. I don't have the patience for that detail. I can see it, but I don't have dainty hands and fingers. I don't like that kind of stuff. And it just doesn't bring me the joy of building a big old deck or a big old building.
Not at all.
But when it comes to woodworking, you've got to have both of those things. You've got to have the carpenter craftsmanship, but you've got to have that eye for the finished detail. And when you see some of these pieces, and I encourage you to hit his website up and see the things that he's got on there, folks, you will be amazed. And I can't tell you again, I can't believe this is happening twice in one show. I'm recommending a TikTok channel. Go to JBird Custom Woodworking. Folks, I'm not going to lie to you. I laid in bed last night trying to go to sleep. And I just kept, because he had like a 3-parter on there, and I couldn't go to bed till I knew how it ended.
Yep,
I had watched this whole
absolutely.
thing get built. I got to see what it's going to look like at the end. And before we get off here, are we allowed to talk about the thing we talked about the other day, that you had some big news going on here locally?
Sure, absolutely.
So you've got a pretty big opportunity coming up just north of Cleveland here, and you're in Charleston, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Talk a little bit about what's going on.
So the city of Charleston is moving their municipal building, their city hall. They've already gotten a new building, and they had strategically placed a post on their Facebook page just asking for all different types of handmade crafters in the city of Charleston. And I posted, I'm like, whatever, I'll just post something.
Yeah.
And within 30 seconds, she contacted me. And I ended up taking a ride down there the next day. And I am going to be building the mayor's table,
it's pretty much
seated podium that they're actually going to sit at their commission meetings.
It's the dice for the board. It's where they all sit up there for
Absolutely.
commission meetings.
Making a platform for them to be a little bit raised.
Man, I'm so excited for you, because that's something that you talk about, a legacy item.
Absolutely.
Because how many times do you move municipal buildings? This is especially in a town like Charleston, that's an expensive undertaking.
And who else do they know?
Yeah, and it's to be able to be a part of that, man, is something. First of all, I'm just proud of you, and I'm proud that you're here.
The other thing is, if you want to check out some also local work,
yeah,
I'm actually adding custom-made chair rail in Witt's Frozen Custard right now.
There you go, folks. So go on in there, check it out. JBird Custom Woodworking. Jason, Pasacreta with a long E. Man, thanks for being here today.
Absolutely.
Man, give him a shot. JBirdCustomWoodworking.com. Folks, I'm excited. I've already got my wish list of stuff I need to get from him as well. So, folks, I hope you had a great time today. We learned something. I hope you enjoyed it. We're going to show this nice thing off to the Facebook crowd one more time. You need one of these in your life, give him a call. Until then, go home, love on your family, love on your neighbor, and remember, we're all in this together. We'll see you next week right here on Home Solutions on Mix 104.1 and 101.3 The Buzz.